welcome to another mathematics presentation. So in this presentation we are answering this question right here. So this is a question coming from quadratic functions. So the question reads, the diagram shows the sketch of the graph of y is equal to negative 4x minus x squared, cutting the x-axis at a and b. So this is the graph of y is equal to negative 4x minus x squared. So this graph is cutting the x-axis at point A and point B. So our question, find the coordinates of A. So we need to find the coordinates of point A. So what are we going to do? So in order for us to find the coordinates of point A, we are going to use this function that we have been given. So we are going to use the function y equal to negative 4x minus x squared. Okay. Then from here, what are you going to do? So we know that this function is cutting the x-axis at point A and B. So this is the x-axis. It is also the line y equal to 0. So here where there is y, we are going to put a 0 so that we can find the x values. So we are going to write negative 4x minus x squared is equal to 0. Then from here, we can factorize. What is common? We have negative 4x minus x squared. So the variable x is common. Here there is a negative and here there is a negative. So I can say negative x is common, open bracket. Then negative out, x into x out, you just remain with a 4 minus negative is a positive, not minus. Then x into x squared, you remain with a single x. Then equal to what? 0. Then from here, we can say negative x is equal to this 0. Or we can say 4 plus x is equal to 0. Then from here, what are we going to do? So I can say x is equal to 0 or x is equal to negative 4. So what has happened here is we have negative x, we can divide by negative 1, even here negative 1. So negative and negative will cancel, 1 into x will get x equal to negative 1 into 0, you get a 0. Then here we have 4 plus x is equal to 0. So 4 has gone to the right hand side. It was a positive, it has now become a negative. Okay, so the value of x, we have x is equal to 0 and x is equal to what? Negative 4. So to find the coordinates of point A, you can see A is lying on the negative side of the x-axis. Starting from the origin here, coming to the left-hand side, we have negative values. So this negative value of x is going to be given to A. So the coordinates of A in this case, we are going to have negative 4, 0. Okay, these are the coordinates of A. Then if you are told to find the coordinates of B, it will be 0, 0, because we have found the x coordinate to be 0, and this is the line y is equal to 0. Very simple. So if you don't want to use this method, there is another method that you can use. So we now come to our question Roman numeral 2. The question reads, find the turning point of the graph. So to find the turning point of the graph, we are still going to use this same function, which is y is equal to negative 4x minus x squared. So from here, what are we going to do? We can use we can find the x coordinate, okay, where we can come up with this formula x is equal to negative b over 2a. Okay, so since we have this function right here, what we can do is this one can be our a, this one can be our b, because the general function of the quadratic equation, we have ax squared plus bx plus c. So x squared, the coefficient is a, then single x here with the lowest power of 1, it's a b. So from here we can see that the coefficient of x squared is a negative 1. So a is equal to negative 1, then b is equal to negative 4. So I can just substitute them in our formula. We are going to have x is equal to, so where there is b, we are going to put a negative 4, and this negative is the one which is on the formula, over 2, open bracket, where there is a, we put negative 1. Then from here, we are going to say x is equal to negative out, so remain with a positive 4, over 2 times negative 1, you remain with a negative 2. Okay, so from here, x equal to 2 right here, it's a 1, 2 into 4, it's a 2. So we say negative 2 2, because 1 into 2 is a 2 and this negative. So the value of x is equal to negative what? 2. Now this question is saying we need to find the turning point of the graph. So the turning point of the graph is right here, where a graph is making a change in direction. So this turning point, you must have the x value, which is coming down here, and the y value. So we have found the x value, we can now find the y value. So to find the value of y, you can either use the formula if you want, or you can use this same function because you have found the value of x. So if we use this function, where there is x, we are going to substitute with a negative what? 2. So we can say y equal to negative 4x minus x squared. Okay, when x is equal to negative 2. So we are going to say y is equal to negative 4, open bracket, where there is x, we put a negative 2, minus, again, where there is this x, we put a negative 2 in brackets, square. So y equal to negative times negative, it's a positive. So 4 times 2, it's 8, minus negative 2 squared means negative 2 times negative 2, which will be a 4. So y is equal to 8 minus 4 to give us a 4. So the value of y is a 4. So here we need to write our turning point of the graph will be negative 2, 4. This is our answer. And here we said x is equal to 0 or x is equal to negative what? 4. So for this one, if you want, you can use the formula to find the y coordinate. Okay, if you want, it's still going to give you the same answer, which is a what? A 4. So we've come to the end of our short presentation. Thank you so much, everybody, for having time to view this content. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye-bye.